From this top come decisions and strategies for everyone else to implement. I always like this one. As you well know, many strategies don't get implemented. Somebody in Fortune magazine once said he saw a study that 90% of strategies never get implemented, and Tom Peters referred to that figure as wildly exaggerated. He didn't mean the 90% was wildly exaggerated. He meant the 10% was wildly exaggerated. And there's a game that goes on here. When a strategy fails to be implemented, what gets blamed? Formulation or implementation? It's always implementation, right? Almost always implementation. Could that be because it's the formulators who are doing the blaming? We developed these brilliant strategies in our offices, and you dumbbells all over the organization weren't smart enough to implement our really clever strategies. Now, if you're one of those dumbbells, you have a perfect solution. You say to management, if you're so smart, why didn't you formulate strategies that we dumbbells were capable of implementing? In other words, every failure of implementation is by definition a failure of formulation, right? Wrong. Every failure of implementation, or almost every one, is not a failure of formulation, but it's a failure of the disconnection between formulation and implementation. It's a failure of the belief that you can sit in one place and formulate, like George Bush in the White House about Iraq, and you can implement somewhere else on the ground in Iraq. That's what the failures are. The failures are this disconnect and the lack of a feedback loop, the lack of learning, the people who in 16 years don't learn anything new, or 4 years, as the case may be.